Welcome to Yoga for Lower Back Pain. This video is meant to help relieve stress and tension in your lower back and your spinal region by gently focusing on the muscles that support the lower back and spine. Please be mindful during this practice that all pain is not equal, and you will need to listen to your body and adjust as necessary in order to prevent strain and to tend to your back pain in a helpful manner. Let's begin lying on our backs today, with the soles of your feet flat on your mat and your knees bent toward the sky. Take your time to get situated. Place your hands on your belly and start to connect to your breath. Notice how your lower back feels on the mat. Is there a space where you might be able to slide your hand underneath? If needed, make an adjustment to bring your lower back more flush with your mat by tilting your tailbone upward slightly. Adjust your feet or shoulders if you need to in order to find a comfortable closed flat space in this lower back area. When you have found your comfort zone, close your eyes and begin to lengthen your breath. Your breath alone can be very healing, so take long, smooth breaths and try to imagine sending your breath to the area that is in the most need. Take a moment now to rock your pelvis gently on your mat, inhaling as you draw your tailbone upward, pressing your lower back into your mat, exhaling to bring your tailbone back down, arching slightly. Inhaling to tuck your tailbone upward again, and exhaling to arch once more. Continue this motion for 4 more breaths, moving slowly and remembering to keep those breaths elongated. Here we are massaging our lower backs and buttocks while loosening up muscles and joints. Now, as we settle in our movement, keep your left foot on your mat and lift your right foot high, holding on to the back of your right thigh with both hands. Pay attention to keeping your lower back flat on your mat. Your knee can have any degree of bend here. Continuing to hold your thigh, inhale as you slowly start to straighten your leg. Flex and extend your heel toward the sky to find a comfortable stretch. Exhale to release. Continue this movement with long and slow breaths. Your neck, head, and shoulders are relaxed on your mat. The sole of your left foot is still on your mat for stability. Find your inhale with your extension, only extending to your own ability, making sure that you are pain-free in your movement. If this feels like enough for your back today, then stay here. If you wish to take the stretch a little further, you can straighten your left leg long on your mat by sliding your left leg out to a lengthened position. Wherever you are, continue to flex and bend in that right leg for 4 more full breath cycles. Inhaling and exhaling. Now we are coming into a modified reverse pigeon by bringing your left leg back to a bent position and crossing your right ankle over your left knee. Placing your hands on your right knee, draw your knee toward your left opposite shoulder. Close your eyes and notice how your body feels. Let your breath bring life and nourishment into areas that need it the most. 2 more breaths. Release your pulling motion and gently move your knee to an open position by pressing your knee away from you. Hold for 3 more breaths. Uncross your right foot and bring it back to join your left foot on your mat with both knees bent. Take a moment to rock your pelvis again before we move to the other side. Tilt and arch. Find a movement that feels good. Now we will lift the left foot high, again holding on to your left thigh. Inhale as you extend your left foot toward the sky, pressing through your heel. Exhale, bend and release. Remember, you can stay here or take the stretch a little further by straightening your right leg long on your mat. If you do place your leg long, make sure that the weight of your pelvis is evenly distributed on your mat and you are not leaning your body to the right. 3 more breaths. Coming back to that modified reverse pigeon, bring your right leg back to a bent position and cross your left ankle over your right knee. Pull your left knee toward your opposite shoulder. Close your eyes and concentrate on your breath and how the stretch feels. Here we are stretching our piriformis muscle, which supports the back of this lower spinal area. Now gently push your knee away from your body for 3 more breaths. Allow your left foot to join your right back on the mat as we prepare for bridge pose. With both soles of your feet on the mat, hip distance from one another, walk your heels toward your sit bones. Keep your hands at your sides and snuggle your shoulder blades underneath your body. Press into your feet and starting with your tailbone, slowly lift your hips upward as high as they will go comfortably, aiming toward a long, straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Try to keep your thighs parallel, not splayed or drawn together. Your gaze directed upward toward the ceiling. If you would like to take this pose a bit further, you can bring your palms to clasp together under your torso. Wherever you are, hold here for 3 more breaths. Release your torso back to the floor. Take a full breath in and out. And on your next inhale, very slowly lift once more, starting with your tailbone again as this creates space in your lower back region. Take your hips high and hold the pose again. Think about lengthening your tailbone toward the back of your knees, engaging your glutes. Lift your chest toward your chin and lightly reach your chin away from your chest to broaden your collarbone area. You can clasp your hands if you wish to deepen the pose. 2 more breaths. And lower your torso once more. Press your palms lightly into your mat. Lift your heels and draw your knees to your chest. Give your shins a nice hug. Find movement by rocking or swaying, or stay still if it feels good. Take a few nice cleansing breaths here. Place one hand on each knee. Inhale, and as you exhale, pull your knees apart. Inhale to draw them back together. and continue this movement with slow breaths. Now hold your knees open. Breathe. Again, find movement if it feels right. Draw your knees back together and find your way to a seated and cross-legged position. If you find this uncomfortable, you can prop yourself with a pillow or blanket tucked under your tailbone, or sit up on a block or a book. Place your hands on your knees as we head towards some seated cat-cow movement. Inhale as you press your palms into your knees, draw your navel forward and lift your heart with your gaze. Exhale as you round forward, navel toward your spine and chin toward your chest. Inhale to arch forward and upward again, catching the weight in your palms and broadening your collarbone. Exhale to round your spine, stretching the skin of your back. Continue with this sequence for 2 more breaths. Take a moment to enjoy this movement in your spine. Let's take our left leg long and bend our right knee to place the sole of the right foot on the mat as we head toward a twist. Hug your right knee with your left arm. Inhale to lengthen your crown toward the sky. And as you exhale, twist to the right, placing your right hand behind you. Don't crank your neck. Keep it neutral and in the same direction as your chest. Keep both sit bones connected to the floor. Concentrate on elevating your crown here, lengthening your spine. We don't want to be rounding the spine in our twist, so if you find any discomfort, then dial your intensity back a little in order to stay tall. Hold here, hugging and lifting. Release your twist and let's come to the other side. Right leg is long, left knee is bent. Inhale to lengthen your spine and exhale to twist to the left. Your pelvis is fixed, your chin is parallel to the floor, and imagine wringing your abdominal muscles, twisting from the middle of your torso. Turning back to center, find your way to your belly, resting your forehead on your crossed arms. Here we will strengthen the lower back muscles by lifting one leg at a time. Start with your right leg and inhale slowly as you lift. Exhale and lower. Inhale to lift your left leg. Exhale and lower. Press your hip points into your mat and keep your breaths long and smooth with your movements. Alternate and go slow. Continuing for 6 more breaths, 3 more lifts on each side. Now come up onto your forearms as we head into Sphinx pose. Your elbows are under your shoulders, keeping the forearms parallel and your palms face down on the mat. Reach actively through your toes to the wall behind you and continue to press your hip points into the floor as you draw your tailbone toward your heels. This creates space and protects your lower back. Inhale and lift your upper torso and head away from the floor into a mild back bend. Bring awareness to your lower belly, drawing it away from the floor to protect your lower back. Think about keeping your shoulders back and down to widen your collarbone. Your crown is reaching to the ceiling. 2 more breaths. Release back to the floor. Inhale and lift again. Breathe. Release again. The next time we come up, we will combine the leg lift with the Sphinx pose. Inhale and lift your head and chest. Hold as you exhale. Inhale to lift your right leg. Exhale to release. Inhale to lift your left leg. Exhale and release. Continue the leg lifts, as you keep in mind that your leg movement will be very minimal in this pose, and if you have any discomfort, stick with the Sphinx pose by itself. Continue to concentrate on pressing those hip points into your mat as you switch legs one more time on each side. And release your entire body back to the mat. Pressing into your palms, come up to your hands and knees in tabletop position. Bring your right foot forward and to the outside of your right hand. Heel toe your foot to the outside edge of your mat, ending with your toe slightly outward. Take a moment to notice how you feel, and if you feel any strain here, you can come up on your fingertips or place a block or a book under your hands. We can add more to this stretch by walking or stretching your left knee back to a comfortable degree and drawing your hips forward, and more still by curling the toes of your left foot under and lifting your left knee off the mat, only if it feels comfortable. Notice the stretch through the front of your hip area. This is your psoas muscle, and it supports the front of your lower back area. Loop your shoulders and lift through your chest to create more of a stretch here as you continue with long, smooth, and healing breaths. Now lower your knee back to the mat if it is drawn upward, and bring your right foot back to join your left leg in tabletop once more. Coming to the other side, we will bring our left foot to the outside of our left hand. Heel toe the left foot to the outside of the mat. Once again, you can deepen the stretch by sliding your right knee back or curling that right toe under to lift the back knee off the mat. Find whatever version works for you today. Notice the stretch. Breathe into the stretch. Send your breath to the area that needs it the most as you close your eyes and connect to your sensations. Lower your knee if it is lifted and draw your left foot back to meet the right in tabletop again. Coming into child's pose, bring your big toes together. Place your knees either together or apart toward the edge of your mat if you would like more space, as we draw our hips back to our heels and bring our belly to the tops of our thighs. Send your head and chest toward your mat, maybe using a block or a pillow to support your head if it is more comfortable. Your arms can be out in front, along the sides of your body, or even between your legs and under your body if you feel best here. We will end our practice here today, so find a nice, comfortable position and start to rest your muscles and bones into the pose. Let your breath come to a natural rhythm. Close your eyes. Scan your body for any tension or tightness and send your next breath there to help soften the area. Notice the skin of your back stretching and releasing as you breathe. Take as much time as you need here in this position to just relax and let your mind and body absorb the time you just gifted yourself. I thank you for joining me today, and I hope that this video helps to reduce any pain or tension you may experience in your lower back. Please practice it often for best results. I hope you will come back soon. Namaste.